Hi there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Staples Crafts. I'm a UK-based independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Thank you for joining me again today. Today I have got this really pretty card that uses the Beautiful Friendship set. Beautiful Friendship is one of the stamp sets that I'm going to be using very soon for a Creativity in a Box project. So I've been having a great time playing with this. So, I got this idea off Pinterest. Now, it was one of the artisan design team members, and I can't remember who it was, who did something very similar, and I thought that would be beautiful, just in different colours for me. So, thank you, artisan design team. I love them. They come up with some really great ideas. So, this is actually really quick to make. I've already done a little bit of prep. So I have cut and then run through the script embossing folder a piece of Whisper White. The script embossing folder, I think it may be called Script D actually, embossing folder is one of the new 3D embossing folders. I'm just trying to find it in my catalogue. It's there. Yes, Scripty, one of the new 3D ones. Now I don't yet have, and I keep meaning to put it on my order, the new embossing plate, which is a blue plate, and I really must remember to put it on my next order. So I'm doing a sandwich that is the standard base plate without the thin die adapter, one cutting mat, and the grey rubber from the embossing kit that we had last catalogue. So basically I'm adding shims, but when I get my nice blue embossing plate it will be fine. So Whisper White, Grapefruit Grove, because we're going Grapefruit Grove, and I've got a card base that is Granny Apple Green. So our colour scheme is nice and zingy. It is Granny Apple Green, Grapefruit Grows and Mango Melody. Sorry, it's quite warm today. Now, I know that other places in the world have warm days, and low 30s is not warm in comparison to other places, but we're not set up for this. We don't have air conditioning and stuff like that. We have windows. And sometimes that's not a good idea, actually, to open a window. I've got just a scrap of Whisper White, and I'm going to, whoops, ink up my, doesn't want to stick on my, that's better. Ooh, no it's not. Doesn't seem to want to stick on my block. It's probably because I've been using it so much designing for my Creativity in a Box. Let's get that to stick on better. That's better. Just needs a wash, which I will do soon. Right, so ink up in Grapefruit Grove and stamp, and do remember to give the ink a chance to actually transfer to the paper. I do see too many people just kind of going bounce off. You need to leave the stamp there for a reasonable length of time. Right, Mango Melody, and I've got the two stamps that do the stamen. So I've got the little one for there and the larger one for the larger flower. Need to re-ink my Mango Melody. So the only thing I need to do now is fussy cut this. It's fairly simple to fussy cut. It's not a difficult shape. And I tend to just kind of go a little bit away from the stamped image. I don't get too fussed about it. Turn the paper, not the scissors. It's much easier to turn the paper rather than the scissors, because if you turn the scissors you're going to be going at very odd angles. So just turn the paper. So we are having, at the point where I'm recording this, we are having a bit of a heat wave in the UK. Apparently we've got a Saharan plume coming across us, although I have to say that the continent of Europe is probably having a worse time than we are. We are being threatened with high 30s, and they are being threatened with mid-40s. So I'm just going to embrace the fact that we're not as badly off as they might be. It's just a question of making sure that one keeps the garden going. And as my sunflowers are coming out, I don't want them to wilt. So there we are, really easy. I've already stamped and fussy cut the leaves, and all I need to do now is grab my dimensionals. That's the word I'm looking for. I want two kind of there. Spread them out a bit more. Whoops. Now you could stick them on with glue, but a dimensional works quite well. And then I want this one coming out down the bottom there. There we go. So that sticks them on quite nicely. Just need a few more just for general sticking. And I might actually grab a little one just to help that pop up. So, okay, so I've done my embossing. I need a bit of snail kind of in the middle of my card, and I've got a piece of the Grapefruit Grove narrow grosgrain ribbon, and that is going to go across and then back. Is that enough? Yeah, I think so. We could possibly go a little bit further with that one. Maybe just sneak a bit more. That's one of the reasons I like snail, is that it's permanent but not so permanent you can't pick things up and put them down again. So let's remove the backing from our dimensionals. And I've forgotten to draw lines on my dimensionals. I really must do my next pack properly, because it's so much easier to know which backings you've taken off if you've drawn a line on them. So that helps keep everything down. I put these in a slightly different place, so I'm just going to come across than on my original, but that's fine. That's what makes each card unique. And then I just want to trim that end off a wee bit, but preferably at an angle. Thank you. Right, so I am going to use liquid adhesive for this onto here because it's embossed. I do find, whoa, look at the heat on that glue. That was far too much, but this is what the heat will do. It's thinned my glue. Fortunately, that great blob is behind the flowers, so if it does crinkle the paper at all, it won't show. So that's all right. And then turn that over and give it a press. And then I have got some of the, now what do we call them? Frosted and clear epoxy droplets. They carried over. They're gorgeous, and I like the fact that you can either have the clear or the frosted. Obviously I'm using the clear. So I'm going to sneak one in up here, and then I might have another large one down here, and then a small one just there. My little triangles. I do like my triangles. Right, so I've got a piece of granny apple green that I've just scored in the middle and cut in half. Now I am starting to put dimensions in all sizes, so not just International A4, but International A4 both imperial and metric, and also in American sizing. Now obviously on the American sizing you'll end up with something shorter and fatter, but at least you'll have the dimensions. So hopefully that will be helpful. There we go. And again, I like to press from the back. And then I've got another piece of Whisper White because the inside I've actually stamped. I know, it's a surprise to me too. So let me grab my stamp set, which I've buried underneath my catalogue. And I want that. And I need a different stamp on there. You know, I think it's the heat as much as anything that's irritating my stamps and making them less sticky. But I will give them a good wash after this video as well. Not least of all because I want to show you the new stamp cleaner, which is amazing. And I thought that would be good on a Top Tip Tuesday. Right, okay, so I've done basically the same colours without the Mango Melody because the single rose has got the stamens already in it. I wanted just a scrap piece of paper, and I have to, this was my last piece of the floral grid paper, but I've had to cover up. I've had to fold it inside out because it will give you sneak previews of the Creativity in a Box, because there's quite a lot of test stamping on it. Right, so that's that. Then I want some leaves. So I'll have a couple of leaves there. And a couple of leaves there, and then let's try and put this on vaguely straight, and then birthdays are the best days, and I'm using Granny Apple Green because that's the colour of the card base, so it ties it all in nicely. Right, so I'm going to use Snail for this because it's Whisper White that's not been through an embossing folder. I don't always use Snail on Whisper White, but I do prefer it, particularly if it's going to be written on. I think it gives a better finish for writing. And there we go, our 2 cards. How was that? 12, nearly just off 13 minutes. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As I say, I'm using the Beautiful Friendship stamp set for my Creativity in the Box for, I'll be launching that probably mid-August. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I will let you know when that goes live for pre-order. And remember that you can get the instructions wherever you are in the world. The pre-order for my mini albums is live now, so do have a look at that, and that's, as I say, Creativity in a Box. You can find that on my website. Close-up photographs and all that good stuff will be on my website, and that's linked below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe and would like to see more of my projects, then you can hit the subscription button, which is in the bottom right hand corner. Oh, I should also say there is a link to my website at the end of the video. There's a picture of a sunflower on the left hand side. That will take you through to my website as well. But I've listed everything I've used both on my website and below. So when you order from me, then all you have to do is just click on that and it will take you straight through. And do remember that if your order is under £150, if you use the host code, you get to join in the host rewards and you share the product for the host rewards for the month. And of course, remember, we've got bonus days and also the extra joining offer, which is amazing. So yeah, thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye.